Yeah,
So
I was
like,
curious
now, like,
about that.
He has to step up.
Why do you think they settled on the TA when they're already matched up against some heroes that are able to put multiple instances of damage on you pretty quickly to bring down that refraction shield?
It has to just be because of the lanes, right? Like, he sees a fragile Rubik. He sees a relatively fragile, what he was expecting to be the 5-position Death Prophet too. And then he knows he's got the matchup. That's the only things I can see. Besides that, it's just he's comfortable on the hero.
Speaking of that,
but he's not even like a gold tier or anything. He's got like, you know, most of the times when we see these TAs picked, it's like platinum TA. He's got that little whatever. I don't even know what that one is. That's the basic.
Yeah, that's the you have played a couple games to get past level 1.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Maybe he's got an alt account that he just spams a bunch of
More
TA
than likely.
on.
Yeah.
But,
very likely.
We are going to have some of the weirder 5 positions. We've seen a fair amount of Death Prophet 5 position, thanks mostly to G on Extremum. We're going to see that here again for Eknart on Empire, but then we're also going to be seeing the 5-position solo Viper, which we saw a little bit in previous patches, but I feel like people didn't really commit to it. Why here? Why the 5-position Viper here?
I think they just had to switch up the roles at the end there. I think they wanted to have a Viper in the game, and then they saw like the position of where the hero is going to be versus like Lycan and everything, and they're just like, all right, we have to just swap it around. But it doesn't feel good, I'll be honest, Cap. It feels like it's not going to do a whole lot of anything in this one. I feel like all he's actually going to do is give Rubik Nether Toxin.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like top is easy for him to secure the lane for Crystallize. At least Crystallize is a Bloodseeker, so it's a really strong laner just independently. But I feel like he can't actually deal with the Rubik. Like a Wolf and a Rubik hitting you, Viper gets pushed away, and then Petu should be able to just get last hits. So Crystallize will still probably come out ahead, but I feel like you're in a good spot on his Empire anyway in this lane.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's like there's a big difference between 5 Death Prophet and 5 Viper. 5 Viper is so dependent on you actually winning your lane. Meanwhile, 5 Death Prophet at least has a big AoE disable that you could throw out in team fights that could be really impactful.
Your toolkit's amazing, and just all the buffs for Death Prophet really are just, they're ridiculous. As we see, Eknart puts the sentry inside the Radiant camp. As we know, Radiant's a little bit harder to deward. You have to do this, and then you kill your sentry to ensure that you can get rid of the block. Nicely done by him. And yeah, I love this 5 Death Prophet. Really. The movement speed's ridiculous. The silence has ridiculous. Every single spell has gotten buffed so much that it just makes sense now.
Say you. Jukes his way past solo, thanks to a clever Tango Eat and his boots, so he manages to block the easy camp once again. His lane continues to push in, and Pechushara, he's going to get easily level 3 off of this, maybe even level 4 if Seiyu is gracious enough to let him solo.
The dream for an offlane Lycan. You know, you're not able to apply your own pressure, but if you're able to get farm like this, you're set. So great job from Seiyu to block those camps and ensure that those pulls don't happen. The Wolf, is it going to get the courier?
Trying to run it down. One more hit, and he's got it.
Oh, baby.
Has been killed.
Nice pickup.
I feel like I'm seeing that a lot recently. Dude, I saw, what was it, yesterday when we saw 33 sniping couriers in the fountain? Dude,
Yeah.
I'm seeing people doing it in pubs. Treants and Wolves level 1 can bypass the tier 3. One of them makes it by. You can snipe couriers at the base, people in your pubs.
Yeah, it's definitely an obnoxious. Look at Seiyu again, putting his body on the line here to make sure he gets another block onto that easy camp. He's just not letting Solo pull the wave back whatsoever. And meanwhile, the Wolves are always blocking the hard camp, so he doesn't have that secondary option either.
Yeah, he's doing an excellent job. He's just playing right at the edge. He's giving the Thirst, so he's giving Bloodseeker a lot of move speed and all that, but either way, he's doing his job, and he's just ensuring that this Viper does not get much of anything, and he's ensuring this Lycan does get stuff. And, you know, they went for a pretty greedy draft on the side of Empire, so when you're seeing lanes already, they're all even on last hits for the most part, you're already feeling pretty happy as an Empire fan. Yeah, the Invoker's doing quite well in the match. He's actually dead even versus Urgon.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you said it comes down to kind of the lanes. They wanted this nice TA versus Invoker matchup, which is supposed to really go the TA's way, but Gwynblight has been so far doing pretty well. It's about to get pretty difficult, right? Level 2 and level 3 refraction, it starts getting real hard.
Yeah, level 4 and level 5, it's just like, it's impossible now really to lane. You're going to have to either get a rotation or you just pretty much just last hit with Tornado or when it's under your tower. Urgon should really push the limits. And I'm looking around. I want to see Zayat stacking Ancients ASAP. I'm watching
Okay.
right now, they don't really have many. That's the biggest thing. It's the most important thing. That's why TA is picked. It's literally to farm Ancients. It's to snowball to get this big advantage. So got to start getting that prepped up soon. Probably on the bounty timing. Doesn't want to just leave his Pango alone bottom.
Yeah, I could definitely see once you ensure the Pango a couple of levels, this is definitely a lane that he's not going to be super threatened by.
No, and I actually like that Malik's going to be going for this build. I feel like he has to go for this type of solution, so he's also dealing with illusions and summons.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind it if he does finish this up, because they really have trouble with illusions and summons.
Oh, absolutely. And they see an opportunity potentially going to Eknard here. They have to deal with that Spirit Siphon, though, and that is probably going to keep Eknard healthy enough. He can even turn around and get some damage onto Malik. As Smiling Knight using his movement speed to threaten them. Still, though, they pushed him back and ensured the bounty runes there, while Crystallize and Solo look to do the same here.
See, Smiling Knight's holding a skill point this whole time, too. So he's just in case waiting for an opportunity. If they go for TPs or whatnot, he'll have an ensnare if needed. I like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Got the 3-0-1 build Zayats. They'll be spotted. They're actually going to skill the ensnare there. Maybe try to set up for the kill. Get the good surround. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, that damage comes a little bit too fast. An early Riptide. You lose that armor, and you make pretty short work of those supports. First blood for Smiling Knight here at 5.5 minutes. It's a little bit of a slower laning phase.
Naga Siren getting first blood, though. Not what NoTechies wants to see. As I feel like this is so important to point out. Every time I see Naga Siren, when they play it, that everyone goes like 4-0-4. I absolutely hate that. You are just a useless hero that does nothing but farm. Love when you can at least get 1 point in snare. It doesn't hurt you that much, so I'm always happy to see players go for it. Sure, your Riptide armor reduction gets hurt, but getting a kill is huge, and just having an extra form of disable from a carry is always massive.
Yeah, I can vouch for that fact because I've been playing a lot of 5 Naga Siren, 5 and 4, and you really don't need those higher levels of Riptide to farm. All you really need is the maxed out illusion. 1 level of Riptide will do a lot of work for you. So TA going to jungle, Wolves starting to annoy her, Petu just being obnoxious really as this Lycan right now. Level 5, not quite level 6. He could do this rotation. When he hits 6, he's gonna have Book. He could definitely swing onto a move onto the mid TA with an Invoker, and that could easily shut down Urgon. I think I want to see that from Petu ASAP. So I think he's just gonna farm jungle, give Rubik the lane. As Seiyu, he's gotten like 0 experience top as he's just messing with solo. Yeah, that's nice, you know. You help me out, now you get to have the solo lane so you can kind of recover. There's just a lot of things about this Lycan that are unique to the hero, right? It's like the fact you would scout out with wolves, pick off couriers like you were talking about, the fact you can jungle so early as an offlaner, be really efficient at it. Early rotations
Aegis
into the mid tower. Courier, nice. Petrishara was indeed paying attention.
And of course, I was just, yesterday we did see an Aegis get killed by a wolf as well, so there's all the potential for the wolves.
He's gonna get the other one.
Another one?
So
Is he
low.
gonna get an...
You
Okay.
just saw Petrishara there. Oh dear.
He's gonna go back to base. Nice efficient move, picks up his book, and he can make a hit. He can probably kill any of the lanes right now with this Lycan form. Malik will be able to scurry away, but I think I'd like to see him surround mid pretty soon with that book, because Urgon, he could get punished with all those minions versus the refraction.
Looks like Malik was thinking about going back for the Orb of Corrosion, which I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, shouldn't you just finish off the Maelstrom against this high armor hero? Oh, they are going to be able to get a lot of magic damage onto this Naga Siren now, level 6, but no levels in Song, which is pretty common. So nice little rotation here. Might be able to get a bit more out of it. The Spirit Siphon, though, man, does so much to keep Eknard alive. Gwynblight and looks to be able to run somebody down here. He may just spot Malik in a second, sees him. He's going to throw out the Tornado. If anything, he's got to be careful of Zayats here. Tornado EMP. He's got no mana left and could just be run down. As long as he doesn't miss any big shots here, he's going to run up right next to Malik to make sure. Okay, we're going to need some heavy disarms here from Malik if he wants to stay alive, and he's not getting it. Zayats comes in just a second too late with the Hex to give him another opportunity. Now his Courier's going to die as well.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, dear.
Nice rotation from Crystallize. I like that he's making the early moves. They have to be making these early moves. They have to start solving the Naga problem to slow her down. Otherwise, Smiling Knight will take over this game. Petu, his book comes back up, makes the way straight to mid as we kind of expected. Take out that Urgon tower. If TA loses her tower this early, they're going to have so many accesses into her jungle. That does not feel good for Ergon. They have to hold this. Malik turns up. And yeah, I agree. I feel like Malik should just go for finishing the Maelstrom. He should go greedy rather than going for an Orbic Corrosion. It's already, like, we're already past that point of the lane, but we'll see if he does finish it.
Slows him down. Tornado EMP goes out, so that'll diffuse the situation pretty nicely. NoTechies will have a wasted rotation and some wasted spells on their hand.
At least they ensure that that tower lives. I think this tower is so crucial for their entire game plan with the TA. If they lose this tower, honestly, I think their win rate goes like plummets like 20-30% chances. Like this tower has to stay up for the next 5 minutes or so. Otherwise, TA has a really tough game of just getting ran at, getting invaded too easily.
Do you think that's part of the reason why TA has such a low win rate right now? We saw, thanks to JJ, the stat there where her win rate across the board is around that 40% marker, both in EU and CIS as well as the rest of the DPC as well.
She's such a, I feel like she's more of a snowball hero than ever. Like in the past, it used to be, of course, like you snowball out of control because your refraction is amazing with denies, but now it's like if you don't have a good lane, you don't get roast, your game is over. This hero is just countered because you don't want to get a first item BKB, but you need it, but you also need mobility because you're just stuck in place a lot of times. Just feels like the hero needs a lot of different solutions, and you don't get the time to get that. You're
gonna catch Crystallized here. Big rotation. He did not scout out behind the tower, and he will pay the price for it.
Ooh. He was deep.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Seemed like
Good
he
old Death
thought.
Prophet.
Top tower
Yeah.
has fallen.
3,000 net worth lead, 3-1. Do have that ancient stack going up, so the TA can maybe recover this game a little bit. Solo's actually going to be farming a stack himself here, which he's going to be going for the Rod of Atos, so at least they'll have a disable on Viper that can stop TPs.
That is the 5 position though, going for an Atos, which means they're probably not gonna get much space, at least on Zayats, to get farmed. So that's a little bit of a concern. I'd rather have the Shadow Shaman farmed than a Viper tenfold.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like all 5 of their heroes one farm. Like
it does feel like that.
Malik's gonna go a greedy build, which we kind of agree. A Pango versus Naga Siren, we kind of need him to. But you know, Crystallized, obviously Bloodseeker isn't, like, you actually do need farm on that hero. TA is one of the greediest mids you can ask for. And then Shadow Shaman is obviously one of those greedier, more higher impact 4 positions with high net worth. And Solo's a greedy 5 position player. He's always been a greedy 5.
So you're playing Greed into a nice lineup that wants to play Greed. You know, sure they have Lycan, but Lycan is an offlaner. Naga is the win condition with the Invoker combos. As Gwyn,
they're giving up this tower, but they're going to get a good fight for it, it looks like, as Gwynblide. It took a while. They took a lot of tower damage for it, but they wrapped all the way around. Nice play by Seiyu using Shield Crash to be able to get up the hill here and away from the Shadow Shaman. Yes, barely gets out just before his Zayats can get close enough with the Hex.
tried to steal the Rolling Thunder, but the Shield Crash actually saves him because he gets pushed on the high ground. Really cute stuff. As Malik, he commits for the Orbital Corrosion, then sells it. Okay. I think Malik's unsure which build he wants to go for still. I still think he should go for damage, though. Naga's going to be out of control. Summons are going to be out of control. Book 3 is almost done already for the offlane Lycan.
You know, having a lineup that is this greedy combined against a Lycan Naga Siren that very low risk, they're able to invade into your jungle and take some of your camps, right? It's like, I feel like this makes this greedy lineup even worse, you know, in many ways, because it's like they need every camp they could possibly get. All 5 of their heroes are trying to farm. Malik is going to be able to jump away from the Tornado EMP. They're going to go ahead and lock down Eknard here, and Solo's going to show up. He wants to actually fight this one. Seiyu does have the Rupture on him. See if they can prevent him from getting it off. He gets it off on Zayats, but Zayats already blown all his spells. He doesn't care. Eknard, he's now going to be dying here as Crystallized looks to be able to get that extra boost in HP. Ergon trying to run down Gwynblide here. Gwynblide's easily going to get out as he's getting close to that Spirit Vessel. It's almost done.
Nice aggressive move. Exactly how NoTechies needs to play. Just bring the numbers. Bring 4 or 5 heroes when the Naga Siren isn't going to be turning up. I think they should just keep looking to apply this pressure. I actually like that Ergon went for the Blink this game so that he can threaten and make space for the Bloodseeker. Then he can actually look and get some pickoffs. And there are some squishy heroes, as we've said. No Invoker, Rubik. He definitely can look for the grabs if he's able to get on them.
Yeah, not everybody can have a free farming game, right? Somebody's got to be the one to make the space, so good call.
And Malik did go for the Maelstrom, by the way, so very happy to see it. I think he has to be that tool to be able to solve the Naga Siren, all these illusion summons, so yeah, happy to see that. But now Book 3 is online, and you know, the thing about TA lineups, this is 3 to 4 at 14 minutes. Usually this is the point where you want to try to get set up, get that positional play so you can get ready for that Roshan. They're playing into Book 3 and they're playing into Illusions. This Rosh is not going to be easy for a TA to ever acquire. And Smiling Knight's just, he's smiling all the way back home. Like, he's got a Manta, he's queued up the Butterfly already. Like, he's feeling all the space this team is providing him.
And every single time, I feel like as soon as NoTechies want to get a little bit aggressive, they end up running into a Tornado EMP, and that kind of halts things. You got to have some mana to be able to make plays, cast spells, so they're just kind of like stalled out again.
That's actually a good point. They have no mana boots. It's the Tranquil boot Zayats, and the Viper just has brown boots. And Solo not even going for any Arcanes either, so that EMP is going to be devastating. As Zayats.
Oh, nice lined up there with the side blades as well. Gets a little bit of damage on a Gwynblind as he executes Seiyu. Now the roll-in from Malik is going to keep him chain stun long enough for Urgon to get his second hit in. The Saga Siren going up, but he's still going to die. The Blood Right finishes him off. They're songed up. They are going to be able to catch Zayats on the back line there, thanks to Petchishar with his Necro Book 3 now running down Solo as well. His hero will just kind of glide on by. Oop, they actually saved Solo thanks to Malik and all the hefty amount of damage he's able to pump out.
They get the Invoker kill, and they get the tower. Some good, well, actually almost get the tower, sorry. Get it down to about half HP. They're setting up for these kills. This is nice. This is good aggressive moves from them. Just forcing reactions from Empire. It still is Smiling Knight getting the free farm, but I like that they're actually making the moves.
And they forced out a song that's a level 1 song, too. So it's going to be on cooldown for another 2 minutes. That's plenty of opportunity now for NoTechies once they get their spells up and get their mana back into play. I'd like to see them smoke and see if they can catch the Naga Siren for once. Yeah,
either smoke to get Naga Siren or smoke to Rosh. When they have Serpent Wards, they have Blink Deso. So they actually can commit to the pit pretty easily with no song, as Crystallize he's found.
Yeah, not great. Really good ward, though, by Empire. That nice aggressive laning ward. Not something that you would kind of expect a little bit farther up there. As right next to the tower to be able to see TP rotations coming in. When you've already lost your safe lane tower, I feel like that that ward is actually really cool, right? Because it's hard to make rotations into your own safe lane to gank. But if you have enough of a heads up, if you have good enough vision, that time investment can be well worth it.
I'm a big fan of lane wards. Just literally when your tower dies or when the enemy tower dies, you place wards there. It's really unexpected. I've been seeing teams do it a lot, and you know those lane wards, it catches people off guard, even in random positions.
Eknart gotta get blown up here. Oh, Jesus! How does he live through that? All that extra armor from the medallion pays off, and he somehow lives.
Smiling Knight shows his face. They see that he has an Eagle Song, so now they can identify that he's going for the Butterfly build as well. That's at least a decent thing for NoTechies if they did click on him. Because that is a very greedy build from this Naga.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious because it's a build that doesn't deal with the Pango and his part of the damage to deal with the Naga Siren at all.
I thought he'd just go the Scotty Heart build and then just be invulnerable because they can't deal with the illusions, but he's feeling a little bit different. He wants to have that matchup versus the TA, that evasion. As Urgon will get the blink off, even though he was rooted.
There's 12 wand charges, 2 health, man. Looks like they're going to be able to catch Solo here inside of the river, as Zayats may also get run down by an illusion if he gets another hit in, or maybe a Riptide. He's still got 8 seconds to go. I don't think Zayats is getting away.
Oh, no.
Oh, but the turnaround. Gwynblind dies, meanwhile, in the mid lane. So they lost their 2 supports, but NoTechies strike back nice and hard.
Good old DD. I think they got a Lucky Shot proc as well. Deso, Meld, plus Lucky Shot. Yeah, no armor. Fully negated. Fully exploded. As Urgon looking for another with this. Maybe just looking to finish off the tower. It is quite low, but Eknar's here. Ooh.
They're actually going to try and run him down thanks to the Necro Book, but oh, Jesus! Now the roll in, they are going to be able to get the kill onto Urgon, so they did read that correctly, but it's going to cost them both Petrishara and Eknard, it's looking like. As, Telekinesis catch them mid-swashbuckle, so Eknard lives a little bit longer. His Spirit Siphon's going to town, but Crystallize is here to finish him off. The song comes out. Do they have... See if they can get the tornado timing right here. Oh, no, it slides right on past. Not quite though they were hoping for. They're going to drop the Serpent Ward still, though. They managed to kill Crystallized. Zayat's going to be run down as well as he turns around and goes for the last second X. Naga Siren's really good at cleaning up Serpent Wards, so he gets a ton of gold out of that.
And that's the butterfly done. They get the good kills, but Windblade just holds his ground. And we're seeing the damage from Malik, though. You know, that Maelstrom really coming into play versus the Lycan, but yeah, sticking around a little bit too long, they get the setup. They whip the tornado, but a nice song to set them up and get those kills.
Yeah, they got the 2 important kills. You know, maybe they would have gotten solo as well, but it's whatever. All right, well, I'm feeling like, Fogs, it's about that time for NoTechies. They got to get a Roshan.
They have to. I think if this game keeps going like this at any point, it's completely over. Like, this Naga Siren's already taking over, and she's just going to keep accelerating. Yeah, they have to force it, and they're going to blink in, but how long do we have until everything actually? They still actually do have some time, so maybe NoTechies can sneak it. They've got the Pango in the area too. It's going to get scouted. So Sharon's got minus 19 armor, but Windblade's here.
Tornado EMP. Fortunately, they do not get hit by the EMP, thanks to the refraction still being up.
Petushara's got 8 seconds left on his ult. He's actually just killing solo without the ult at the moment. Solo gets pushed away. Reveals that he has an Atos, that 5-position Viper, so at least he does have that lockdown. No saving items, though. No actual support items.
Okay, NoTechies realizing that they're not going to be able to go Roshan straight up and went for a smoke play, but Urgon showed himself very far forward in the mid lane and got caught while his team was making the smoke move.
And now they can do the Rosh themselves, perhaps, on Empire. When they do have their ults up, they have Death Prophet ult in 8 seconds. They have Lycan ults. They have Book Summoned. I think they can push them out of the area and then set up for this Rosh if they want to force it. If they get the Rosh, the game is over. Yeah. NoTechies has no hope at that point.
Gotta stay out of vision here. Petrishara, he's been a threat, but he still has his shapeshift up. I think it's one of my least liked parts about this meta is that the Necrobook heroes like Lycan are a threat without their ultimate, as he just runs the Necrobook at solo, and they're fast. He's got the slow on him as well. Fortunately, Malik is able to kind of clean that up for him, so...
Yeah, I feel like Drum is like a pseudo Lycan ult.
Yeah.
Your books. You just drum them and they run in and they kill heroes by them. You pop Howl, they get minus armor as well applied, and it's just like, oh my god, this book is literally killing me. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. A book just still feels very strong. But there are heroes that do deal with it, you know. I've been really liking CM. I just bite the book. It's great.
Yeah. No, I think there's been a big increase in... Crystal Maidens, Enchantresses, I think, is one of the heroes that's been picked up way more than it did at the start of the group stage, or the start of the league, rather.
Yeah. Oh, it's been nice. So NoTechies, thankfully, Empire didn't take the Rosh to them, but now NoTechies, it's impossible for them to fight versus this Death Prophet ult versus the Song. And Empire, they're looking for the fight. They're looking to apply this pressure. They have this nice sneaky ward. It saw Malik, so they know there's 2 or 3 heroes. This could be a perfect wraparound. They're going for the solo hero of Urgon instead. He's going to walk right into them.
Oh, Urgon. He cannot afford to get picked off over and over again. They do here. Again, he's playing away from his team. Maybe his team isn't playing enough around him. But either way, it's Empire finding the kill that they need to be able to go do Roshan.
And the game is completely out of control now. TA's game is over. No BKB. Blink Deso's done, but now you don't have a Rosh to even blanket yourself to cover you to farm that BKB, and yeah, it's gonna be all Empire from here. This is rough for NoTechies. That's Malik.
He's gonna try and jump away, but the ensnare's gonna last for so long. Oh dear, Fogged. This is just getting worse and worse, as you said, totally out of control, and I don't know when it gets back in control for NoTechies. Yeah, they've got a great lineup. All their heroes can farm, but I don't know when their next round of timings really is.
I think they've just missed the timing. That's why TA is just not picked that often. If you get picked off twice like this, your game is over. You don't have a good way to come back. And you're playing versus counters. You're playing versus Lycan. You're playing versus Naga Siren. You're playing versus all these instances of damage. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be pretty sad gaming here for NoTechies in the next few moments.
Yeah, I mean, hell, like, if he's still working on the BKB, like, an MKB is just out of his vision entirely. So, like, eventually he's getting an MKB, but then we may have Heart Scotty already on the Naga Siren, if the game even goes that late.
Yeah, he's always just gonna be like 1 or 2 items fully behind that Naga Siren. And Crystallized, he's also still he's behind as well. You know, his BKB has got installed out. He got caught 2 or 3 times down bottom, aggressively postured. Yeah, Empire's just been reading the map really well. They've been the ones making the aggressive moves that it felt like NoTechies had to be doing. There's another smoke, looking for another wraparound here, meeting toward their 2 cores.
Empire continuing to play with some gusto. I like this, you know? Like, they're already in a great position. I'm sure they totally feel it, but they're still making some smoke plays, even though they probably could just kind of chill around the Naga Siren and let her take towers. They're still trying to make some moves, keep NoTechies always on the back foot, always be getting caught like this potentially, as Zayats is going to find that cold snap, is going to keep him in place for quite some time. The roll in from Malik is going to try and stop it, but it doesn't even save his support. As he gets zapped down, Malik is going to have to blink himself away as Urgon in danger of being run down underneath his tier 3 with a Sunstrike. A little bit more damage, but not quite enough. Rolling up is Smiling Knight. He's got 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, and he doesn't give a damn about a tier 3. He just goes straight for whoever he can catch. It's going to be solo first. They're going to go ahead and rupture Smiling Knight, and he'll walk it off casually because he's got a heart.
Yeah, he'll just heal through it, the Rupture.
Yeah, no problem.
And now they have Rupture themselves on Seiyu with an absurd cast range. So, Pangolier, your game is now not fun for the next few moments while Rupture's there.
I don't even know what you do when you just get flexed on like that, you know?
You expect Solo to GG out pretty quick after that is what I think.
Yeah. It almost feels like Empire's trying to demoralize them. At least they're like, are you guys really going to make us actually play this out and hit all these buildings? Sure you don't want to just GG now?
At least they're going to force it here. Empire popping the Ghost, Solar Crest onto Smiling Light. Pushing the issue here as the BKB's still not finished for either TA or Bloodseeker.
Malik's not going to get the opportunity to get another swashbuckle off. Good long-range catch there of the telekinesis by Rubik. And there goes the buildings. And it looks like NoTechies don't really have an answer for this push. Smiling Knight isn't even, like, half the time he's like, maybe I can find another kill. Right now, they backdoor protection went up for a second there, but another creep wave's coming in, so Empire will just sweep on over, get 2 lanes to barracks. They still have the tier 2 at bottom lane, so they won't be able to get megas right away. So NoTechies can chill out and try and farm up and get to their BKB point, and at that point, that'll probably be their last hurrah if they can win a fight with BKBs. Maybe the smoke game can keep going, but
smoke fight BKB and hopefully even get a fight off. They might honestly just call GG without fighting.
I mean, if Solo's in charge of calling GG, he might not let his team play anymore. He just gets run down by the illusions.
Empire's they're just ending the game. They're just fully committing for it. They're calling the bluff from NoTechies. NoTechies has to just watch their buildings die. Aragon wants to go for an opportunity, but he just can't.
All right, well, they have a chance here. The Aegis is going to be expiring soon. They go for Eknar, but Eknar doesn't even die to Templar Assassin. Now Aragon is getting all those damages, and the Fraction's going to get burned out so quickly. They call GG. Empire, they prove to be far superior, I would say, in this series.